Looks like we had some updates to this platform. It looks like everything looks kind of different here on this Zoom. But hey, let's get started with lesson 3, everybody. Welcome to the call. You notice that matter of fact, let me speak about this for a second. If you ever been to the YouTube channel and looked at the different videos, you'll notice that every session, every time we start a new lesson, we have a title for the videos. And you might have noticed that I changed the name on this actual go round. So make sure if you're trying to watch the video, go back and watch it. Make sure you notice which one. If you're trying to watch them in order, the name that's on it. So just want to point that out. And we'll turn it over to you, Barbara, so we can stay compliant.
Yes, sir. Here's our disclaimer. And it says trading and investing carries a high level of risk. You could lose some or all of your investment. Trading commodities or any other financial instrument may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. We accept no liability for any losses or damages you may incur. This means that you alone are responsible for your actions in any trading or investing activities. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. We had some quizzes, Barbara, Melvin. I bet you we got all these quizzes right this week. We had some quizzes. I think everybody was pretty much clear about these. I think, let's see, it was 2 or 3 quizzes.
3, I believe.
Yeah. If one of y'all could grab them, let's go over the quizzes before we get going. I appreciate it.
Did you want me to get it, Dr. Melville, or do you have it?
Oh, you can get it because I'm letting people in the room.
Okay. The first one says, you decide to go long October platinum. You read an article about platinum prices going up. You watch a video that is talking about platinum making new highs. What was your decision to go long on October platinum based on? A, technical analysis, B, fundamental analysis, C, technical and fundamental analysis, D, day trading, E, all of the above.
Oh, everybody want to answer this one. Who want it? Come on, y'all.
What did you say?
I say both technical and fundamental.
My wife says both C, technical and fundamental, but I say A, technical analysis.
A, technical, and Kelly said that is both.
She said both. Yes, sir.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Anybody else got something different?
Let me tap.
Nobody? What were the choices again, Barbara?
A, technical analysis, B, fundamental analysis, C, technical and fundamental analysis, D, day trading, E, all of the above. Let's see.
Okay.
Tanisha said, Lorenzo said fundamental in the chat. Tanisha said B, fundamental. Zuli said B, fundamental. So 3 for fundamental.
So what's the answer, Barbara?
The answer is fundamental because you watched a video talking about platinum making new highs. You didn't do anything on the chart.
Correct. It was fundamental. We went to a video to get our decision to get into the market. Yes. Technical means we go to the chart. The video means we want to go do something other than the chart, and then we get in our decision based on that, right?
Right,
Plus we also read an article.
yes,
We read an
did,
article, we watched a video, but nobody went to the charts on this one.
Correct.
If I read an article, then that means it's past tense.
yeah, because it's already happened. The market has already responded.
And we're dealing in futures.
Yes, yes, yeah. What else did we have?
The next one is a futures contract cannot be bought or sold again before it becomes due. A, false, B, true, C, maybe, D, all of the above, E, none of the above. See, we got them coming into the chat.
Come on, y'all.
Tanisha said false, Zuli said false, Shar said false. We got 3 false.
Come on, y'all. Somebody
I
tell
said
me what,
false,
huh?
false.
Lorenzo said false as well, so they saying
If
false.
false for,
Yes, I said false. A.
okay. So let me talk about this for a minute, because this is something we went into detail about a futures contract, and so I'm looking at getting into a futures contract in natural gas, and if I buy a futures contract in natural gas in the morning, when my order gets filled, the contract I purchased, someone just sold it. Let's say we're gonna just say it's an April contract, okay? Someone just sold that contract that I bought. And this is an April natural gas contract. And I get in the market and I start trading. And I get stopped out, let's say Friday. And when I sell that contract, when I get stopped out, that means I sold the contract. And when I sold it, somebody bought it. And the person that bought it from me, now they have the contract. They bought it. And they're gonna be trading in natural gas. And then when they get out of the market, somebody's gonna buy it from them. You see how this works? This market, these contracts are gonna be sold over and over and over again before they come due. Over and over and over and over again. So make sure we understand that. And it sounds like we do. Everybody giving the correct answer. But I just wanted to paint the picture of you understanding how the contract is being sold, bought and sold many, many times before April. Anything you want to add, Johnny, or you want to go on to the next one? Yeah. Johnny still with us? Okay. Well,
Mr. Wright,
yes.
you know how you teach us that the small speculators bring liquidity to the marketplace? Is this the concept where everything's continually being bought and sold over and over, the liquidity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And not just the fact that it's being sold over and over and over. When you bring up that point about the liquidity, it's us who are making it possible to be able to get in and out the way we are able to get in and out. And you don't know who you're selling and who's buying them and you're selling them at, but you just know there's so many contracts being traded in the market. There's always somebody that's willing to buy what you're selling, and vice versa. And these contracts are constantly being bought and sold over and over and over. You know, but by the time that contract is due, whatever month you're trading, it's no telling how many times that contract has been bought and sold.
I'm sorry, my daughter called, so I'm back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just seeing if you had any input, man, before we went to the next quiz question, but it was just talking about the fact that these contracts can be sold, bought and sold many, many times before it comes due. And to give an example of that, that's all.
And correct. Well, that my only statement is, remember, as a small speculator, we have no intention of taking delivery.
Yes.
So with that being said, we know that by the time, the contract gets, first call, it's time for us to be out.
Right. Most definitely. We out long before then most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we have one more? I think you said we had three, right, Barbara?
Yes, sir, we do have one more. It reads, as speculators in the market, we are considered the most important because of what? A, we trade less. B, experience. C, we bring liquidity to the market. D, all of the above. E, none of the above.
C.
Oh yeah, everybody answer that one. Who got it? Who gonna answer this
C, we bring liquidity to the market.
You should say it, but you should know it because he just said it.
one? I just said it, y'all. Jamal, what you say, C?
Yes, sir. C, we bring liquidity to the market.
Bring liquidity to the market. We make this thing work the way it work, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah. I love that too. You know, we might be trading with less money than the larger speculators and the commercials, but we make them be able to get in the market and able to do what they do too. I love the fact that we are learning our role in the market because we need to understand that there's more to it than just the fact that we can get in the market and try to make money in the market, but we help this market work. And Johnny explained to us why this market even exists, and then the fact that we help in an important way in making it work. And then when Johnny was breaking it down to you why this market even exists to keep these prices controllable. Imagine going to the store on Friday to go buy some eggs. That's one price, and then you come back on Sunday, and that price of eggs is double. And Tuesday you come back trying to, you need to get another dozen of eggs, and the price is now cheaper than it was on Friday. Prices all over the place. We wouldn't be able to live like that. And that's the way we help keep these prices stabilized in the market. So our role being that we help the market work, is real big deal. Thank you, everybody. Look like we did good on the quizzes this week. So I appreciate everybody jumping on and answering the quizzes. Y'all know how much that means to me. So appreciate y'all doing it. So let's get into lesson 3. We like to talk about lesson 3 as when we talk about futures contracts, and we talked about the definition of a futures contract, and then we also on lesson 3 we go to look at what the specifications of a future contract looks like. But before we do that, I want to talk about trends for a minute. We have what's called an uptrend, and then we have what's called a downtrend. And it's self-explanatory, if you think about it. Uptrend means the market's trading up, and a downtrend means the market's trading down. And when it comes to those trends, it's also, different types of uptrend and downtrends. We have what's called a major trend. A major trend can be in an up or a down, but it's a major trend, and that's referring to the term or the time frame, how long this trend has been. in an uptrend or downtrend, and that's a major trend. That when it's in a long time frame, and then we have what's called a minor trend. Most, a lot of traders, a lot of people refer to the minor trend as an intermediate trend. Also, you might hear it called intermediate instead of minor. Well, that's more so of a short-term trend when it's like anywhere from 3 weeks to maybe like a 6 months. That major trend could be like a year or so, and even longer than that. And then you have a current trend, and that's the trend, a week or two, where the market is trading at currently. You have a current trend, you have the intermediate, and then you have the major trend. And then also when you hear people talk about trends, sometimes you'll hear me talk about the strength of the trend. And when you talk about the strength of the trend, you may hear someone say that it's in a strong uptrend, or that the trend is weak. And that's basically just referring to the strength of the trend. And also when we talk about trends, I know we probably heard Johnny B, or maybe not heard Johnny B talk about the fact that trends, when the market is trending, how do we establish a trend, Johnny? What do we need to see the market doing to know that we have a trend that's established?
We want to see it make higher highs and higher lows, and we want to see the highs hit the top of the trend line at least 3 times. And when that does, it has established itself as a trend. Or conversely, if it hits the bottom 3 times on a downtrend.
Correct. We want to see those higher highs and higher lows, and that's letting us know that it's a trend being established. But when we see those 3 hits, like Johnny said, we know that we definitely have a trend established. Sometimes we may see a 1 or 2 hits, and it's trying to establish a trend. But like Johnny said, when we have three hits on the trend line, we can definitely know we got a trend established. But very important to know that when a trend is being established, like Johnny said, we make higher highs, higher lows, and lower highs and lower lows when we establishing the trend. Appreciate that, Johnny. Johnny, we have two things that we look at on the chart that are very, very important to us. Support and resistance. Very, very important when we're looking at the chart, especially because we watch for formations on the chart. But we don't want to get into the formation yet, but talk about the support and resistance. What is support and resistance on the chart? And what else can we kind of call it?
Excuse me, before you go
Mr.
into that,
Wright.
can I ask? Can you
Sure.
mention
Ms. Zully has a
said-
question.
Go ahead, Zil.
Yes, you said current, intermediate, and what was the third? I couldn't write fast enough.
Major.
Mitch, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. When we, whether we're looking at the charts or basically when a commodity trades up to a point, and let's say it establishes a high, or and the next time it goes up, it fails to break that high. In other words, fails to make a new high, but gets close. We call that resistance or a ceiling. In other words, it'll trade back up, but it'll only trade to that level and then fall back down. And then conversely, when it goes down and trades to a bottom, then that is support or the floor. So it would trade up, hit the ceiling, trade back down to the floor, back up to the ceiling, down to the floor. And those points are called points of resistance, okay, or points of support. And you can see those established on the charts very easily.
Yes. Yes, that's something we look for a lot on the charts when we trade. Yeah, and also, Johnny, we want to talk about and look at contract specification. And I don't know
Before we
who's
go on,
able to
Mr.
share the
Wright,
screen.
Mr.
Mhm.
Mr. Joshua, he put in the chat, don't forget about the standard deviation of a trend. That's what makes it easy or hard to stay in the trend.
Yes, great point. Great point. Yes. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. Yeah, appreciate that. You're right about that. Anybody able to share screen and look at a contract specification on whichever commodity I want to look at? You know, it's one I would probably pick, but Barbara, Johnny, whoever able to share the screen, can we look
Barbara,
at
can you please?
corn?
Okay, I can share.
I know how much Johnny like corn, so we look at corn.
Okay.
Johnny, would you like to walk us through the specs
Be more
on
than
corn?
happy to. We always use bar chart, or well, a lot of us use bar charts is where we go for our information. Remember that typically these are 15-minute delayed when you're on the free chart. Now, one of the things that I think is very important, we talked about this earlier about when we talked about the fact that the contracts are sold multiple times. Remember that this is, if we go back and look at the definition, it's a contract where someone agrees to deliver, or someone agrees to buy a certain commodity to be delivered on a certain date. All right. And it's important to know how much time is left in that contract. Right. So when we look at when we come onto our charts, we okay? All right. This is where we look. And so if we'll scroll down just a little bit. When we come to this sheet, up just a tad, this kind of gives you a little market news and commentary on the commodity. So it says Friday corn closed at 2 1/4 or closed with 2 1/4 to 4 3/4 losses, depending on the contract. All right. It gives you information about this December, held into, just gives you recent news off the close. Talked about whatever recent news, let's just put it that way. Scroll down just a little bit. Then it comes into the contract specifications. So it says right here that the contract is corn, and each contract size represents 5,000 bushels. And a tick size, all right, is 1/4 of a cent per bushel. Now, what does that mean? If you take point 0.0025 and multiply it times 5,000 bushels, it equals $12.50. I think I said that right. All right. And so that where each tick, what that represents as it goes up or goes down. I don't know if you can. Can you enlarge this at all? There you go. All right. And then it talks about the trading hours. So corn opens up in the Chicago Board of Trades at 7 p.m. on Sunday night. So that's coming up here shortly. And it trades till 7:45 a.m. in the morning, and then it closes until 8:30 a.m. and it trades to 1:20 p.m. And that's considered the day. All right. The settlement is at 1:15 p.m. right? Sunday through Friday, that's your trading week. It trades on the Chicago Board of Trades. So each penny is worth $50. Okay. The margin and the maintenance margin is how much money you have to have in your account, which is $1,567. And then once you get into the trade, you have to maintain a balance of 120 or 1,425 to maintain that trade. If it drops below that, you've got to add more money into your account. So we talked about the contract. So the first notice is February the 29th. Now notice that this is March corn. So even though it expires in March, right? The first notice is February 29th, and it actually stops trading, or it expires on March the 14th. So that means we have 25 days left in the trade before first notice and 39 before the last day. All right. Now, if you click on see more, this will give you more information, give you information about the chart symbol, the exchange symbol. Also, it talks about the daily limits. And the daily limits is how much it can move within a day before the market shuts down. It would close to stabilize the market, and it'd stay closed. Oh, I can't remember, Josh. What is it? Is it an hour or by the end of the day? And I think it's the end of the day. I'm sorry. My mind's not thinking. But then when it opens back up, it'll have expanded limits of 55 cents. Contract size is 5,000 bushels. And these are the months that it trades. Again, trading hours, and et cetera, et cetera. So this is where we find all the information on it. The description is what is corn. Corn's a member of the grass family. It's planted in native grain of America. you know. Do you have anything gold? Anything that looks like it? Yeah, we got corn. Oh, good. We can make tortillas. No, sorry, Fireside Theater.
So
Anyway.
question, Johnny, for clarity, Johnny, what, well, what did corn close at? What did this contract we're looking at, what did it close at on Friday?
It closed at 442 and 3/4. $4.42 and 3/4.
So that 3/4 represents, you said 12.50 per tick. What does that 3/4 mean?
What does it mean? Well, $12.50 times 3.
Times 3.
30, what is that? 37.50?
That's right. So if I want to get into corn, buy corn right now, and the market's trading at 442 and 3/4, and my order is filled at 442 and 3/4, and it goes up one penny, 1 cent to 443 and 3/4. That 1 cent means how much to me?
$50.
I make $50. And if it goes up 1 1/4, how much do I make?
$62.50.
62.50. Awesome. I just wanted to give some examples and make sure we understand that tick size and that point value. Excellent, Johnny. Excellent. Barbara, we have some people on the call that may have never been to bar chart. So they may not have a clue how you got to these specifications. Can you tell them when you went to bar chart, how did you get to contract specifications for corn?
So when I went to bar chart, you can click on the futures tab. And when you do, it's going to bring you here to all the major markets. You click full list. And because corn is a grain, I can just click the tab for grains. And when I click that tab, it's going to show me all of the markets that's for grain. So it gives you all of the different commodities just for grain. So I click corn, which is the first one on the list, ZCH 24 corn, March 24. I click there. And then it's going to give me all the contract months that I can trade for corn. So of course I want March. And when I click March, it takes me to the same page we were just on. Contract specifications.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Johnny? And cover on this?
No, sir. I don't think so.
I have a question. Why did Barbara pick March? Why didn't she pick another month?
Okay,
Well,
Barbara.
that's a good question. Okay. Basically, there are four quarters that we're dealing with, right? The nearest month is the one that's going to have the most, the nearest quarter is going to have the most activity compared to the further out quarters. Okay. If you'll notice, look at the volume, right? Open interest and volume on the March compared to, say, July 25. Now, what did Delvin say? We need liquidity. We need to be able to get in and get out of a trade, but we also need time. Okay. So if it wasn't March, we might go to May. There's one other thing that we haven't talked about yet, and if you don't mind, I'm going to mention it. right, for the first time. And
Okay.
that's the difference between new crop and old crop. Okay. So right now, what's everybody doing in the United States? They're getting ready to plant the new crop. And when does that crop come available? It's going to come available in December. So December 2024 is considered our new crop for corn. So March, May, July, and September is basically last year's planted corn that is being sold. Correct, Delvin?
Correct. That's storage and warehouse crop. Correct, Johnny. And December contract will be trading based off our new contract, our new crop for the grain season. I was fascinated by that when I first learned that, Johnny. And actually, my broker, who I had before, my current broker, when she was explaining this to me, I was like, kind of like, wait a minute. So the corn and beans that's getting ready to be planted right here during the spring and summer, this won't be harvested till the fall, and that's the December contract is trading on that particular crop. And I was like, wow. And then I was able to start paying attention and notice as I started trading through the grain season, I would notice that sometimes the new crop would be limited up. That December month contract month would be limited up, and the others would be up as well, but not as much as the December contract. And then vice versa sometimes. And then they will all sometimes be trading, the same. But when I first learned about the fact that November beans was based on a new crop, and December for corn and wheat based on a new crop. But keep in mind, my first trade in the market was in corn, and I kind of fell in love with it, if you want to say, when it came to the grain period, but especially corn. I don't know if everybody's aware of this, but I was trading corn so much at one point. I actually traded corn for 3 years straight, completely just year round, even when it wasn't the grain season. I was in corn for 3 complete straight years. There wasn't a time that I wasn't trading it, depending on which direction it was, what was going on here. But I traded that market for 3 years straight, and learned a lot and got real familiar with how it trades. But yeah, when there's comes to those contract months, the March, May, and July, September contracts at this particular time be trading off the storage warehouse crop, and December will be focused in trading off the new crop. Thank you, y'all. Did we have anything else to cover on specs before we start sharing the screen?
I had a question, sir.
What you say?
I had a question.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I was trying to understand here as I look at the chart, March, May, it skips. It's not like consecutive, throughout. And then I noticed that December it stops. I understand that Mr. Johnny said that that's the new crop, but why is it not consecutive March, April, May, June, July, and then it has certain time? I got the fact that we need liquidity as well as time, but how come it doesn't go consecutively throughout?
Okay, so different depending on the commodity that it is, they all have different contract months that they trade. And those are the contract months for the grains. And the months that the grains trade is March, May, July, September, and December. And those are the contract months for every year. If we look at corn, Barbara and we trade in the futures market. I want you to see how far out these markets are trading. Can you click on the yeah, just click on corn.
Any month in particular?
No. Well, go back. I didn't see what page you was on. Go back to the I want you to show all the contract trade for corn. Contract all the way out. It's probably 6, 7, 8 years out.
December 27
2027.
is what they're showing.
Yeah, December 27.
Yeah, and yes, you see all those contracts of March, May, July, September, December. So there is no April contract for the grains, Jamal, and no June contract. Those are the contract months every year for that particular for the grains. And it depends on what you're looking at. They got different months that they trade.
Hey, Josh, are you where you can get on? I'm assuming that if I decided I wanted to place a trade, sell or buy December 2030 corn, if I can find a buyer or whatever, then that establishes that contract, correct?
Yeah, there's some over-the-counter trades you can take. There's some specific brokers you can get with, and they can do trades like that.
So in other words, we're not limited to the months that are shown here. It's that once a contract is open, then there's open interest in that commodity.
Yep, even if it's super liquid, even if it's just you and another party that you know and are aware of, there are trades that happen like that.
Okay.
As we talk about that, let's focus on something for a minute. Are we dealing with being able to get in and out in a particular trade like that, as we are with another contract month, y'all?
Not at all. Those are for people trying to take delivery.
Right. Yeah. You got big, huge profit and you can't get out of it. Oh, what frustration that is. But excellent. Thank you, man. Great stuff. So, these are great questions, by the way, y'all, too. Appreciate the questions. Any more about the specifications of this contract that we're looking at before we start sharing screen?
Well, Gene asked a question he says on specification, is there ever a difference between futures unit and options unit? Is unit the same as point value?
Is there any difference between that again? What she say? Say it again.
Specification, is there ever a difference between futures unit and options unit? Is unit the same as point value?
I'm trying to remember where you're seeing it being referred
Back
to
to
as unit.
specifications page, Barbara, so we can see where he's looking at unit and point value.
Okay. Here we go.
There's a point value. Where is he seeing unit?
Well, it's a she that asked the question, but I don't know what we're talking about unit. But
I'm not familiar with that either, but there are differences in point values sometimes when you deal with interest rates.
yeah. Not sure exactly what you're talking about.
Click on see more.
Well, your point value is 1 cent here, and the tick size is 1/4 of a cent. So there's 4 quarters and a point. When you go to oil, or when you go to when you go to the value of the future, if you go to a different commodity, it might be $1 is a point value.
Yeah, and it's $10 a point with the oil,
Right.
crude oil. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we have any more questions on the contract specification, but just know that this is where you want to go when you're looking at any commodity that you're trying to find out any information on. Go to the contract specification. You can find all this information about each one of them. We're looking at corn today, but each one of them has a contract specification that you can go and look at.
Yeah, that was the only question in the chat.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Any more questions or comments? Was I supposed to turn that call back over to you again, Barbara, after you did the disclaimer? Did I do
Yes,
it
sir.
again?
That's okay. That's okay.
Forgive me.
Not a problem. Dr. Melba, did you want to say something this time first about the retreat?
I'm talking to you on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I said, no, you do a great job.
Okay, so everyone, of course, I'm going to post the link again in our Telegram group, but just want to remind everyone, we do have our retreat coming up April the 11th through the 14th. I'm so excited about this in-person retreat. This is going to be just amazing to get all of this information in 4 days. Want everybody to get excited about starting businesses that you can start by paper trading and learning with using demo money, and then get your real money into the market. Want everybody to get excited about that. Who wants to lose their real money when they don't really know what they're doing? You want to use paper money. So I want everybody to just focus on saying, I got to be there. If you really want to do this, please make your way to Arizona in April. You will not be disappointed. We have great mentors. We're going to have one-on-one meetings on the last day. We start that evening of April the 11th. We're going to have a meet and greet. We're going to be in sessions all day, Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday by appointment. So if you're still wanting some one-on-one help, get your plan, get your business started, then you want to stay over that Sunday to work one-on-one with you and just one of the mentors. So want to make sure everyone that wants to be there, you have the opportunity to get there. I believe you will not be disappointed. Every year it's going to get better and better. And we have so many great activities and things planned for you guys that are coming. So I promise you'll have a great time.
Thank you, Barbara. And we appreciate all you do, all you doing, because I know you are putting in some work with this retreat. And
well, it's worth it. It's the least I could do.
we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anybody got any questions or comments before we wrap it up?
Hey, Mr. World, how you doing?
Hello, how's it going?
This
All
this
right.
Lorenzo. I want to say, as I stated, I think last year when I joined the group and whatnot, I sure am enjoying this and learning a lot. This was a great class because it expanded on some things which I don't understand, and it's helping me out. So I'm gonna make sure to go back and review this video 2 or 3 times because I want to be able to follow where you make them posts about the charts and you say this is how we learn about different commodities that you're about to trade.
Yeah.
So I know how to follow that and get in and get out. And I just thank you and Mr. Johnny B and Barbara and everybody on the committee that's helping us, because y'all give them some good training. And I don't know if I can make the retreat, but I'm gonna have to look at that again. I need to be there because this is a skill I definitely need to learn and be able to take advantage of. And I just appreciate all that you all do and what you teaching us. And I appreciate all the people and the other ones who asking the questions that I don't know to ask, because it gives me the answers to them and everything. So y'all just keep on doing that. I can't make all of the meetings on a Sunday, but I do go back and review the videos. But I'm learning a lot of stuff. A couple of questions you asked for the test, I remember from the last time. I said, well, I'm getting this stuff, so I'm glad of that and everything. But I appreciate it. And y'all just keep on. And I'm down trying to get more people in here and build this community on up so we can get us all to the damn world of financial freedom. Thank you, sir.
Awesome, man. Well,
Mr. Delvin,
definitely appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yes.
Mr. Delvin, I just want to say, I don't know how many years now I've been listening to you and being on the calls, probably 3, maybe, I don't know. But every time I listen to them, I learn something else new. So just because you've gone through it once doesn't mean you got it all. You know, keep coming back, and there's things that change and new things to learn and things to refresh. So y'all just keep building, keep coming back.
Yes, and you heard me say before, it don't matter how long you've been trading, I still learn stuff today. You know,
Yeah.
there's things I still learn myself. So yeah, 3 years you've been here and still learning. 30 years and I'm still learning.
I don't know if it's been 3 or 4, but I know that it's been at least 3 probably. So anyway, whatever. Thank you, Delvin,
Thank
and
you.
Barbara, and Dr.
Appreciate your
Melvin.
comment. Appreciate it. Yeah, just as much as we like to have a question, we like to comment. You know, we appreciate it because we want to make sure you're receiving value when you're coming in, and coming on the calls, spending an hour with us on your Sunday evening. And we appreciate your time, but we want to make sure we're giving you value for, you know, spending time with us for the hour too. Yeah. But if we don't have anything else, we lesson 3 is a lesson, everybody, that we implement a homework lesson. And John, you want to talk about that lesson we give out on lesson 3, that homework? What they need to watch?
Yes, sir. I think we're going to watch a movie.
Going to watch a movie.
Okay, that's the homework for this week. Watch a movie. What I get a kick out of it, it's a 1980 movie, or in the 80s, right? And although it's a fun movie, there's a lot of things you're going to get out of on terms and how the market works, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, I make fun of it in some places. You know, I wish I had a guardian angel that told me what the market was going to do next, but I don't want to ruin it for everybody. So it's important to watch it. And every time you watch it, you pick up something new every time. So
yeah, take notes, but we're gonna have we're gonna quiz you. We're gonna have some questions about this movie. This is a homework lesson. Like Johnny said, it's fun and entertaining, but it's very educational at the same time. So every time we have this video, this movie to watch, although you can find it pretty easily on YouTube. Barbara had it already, posted in our room, in our Telegram group. But that movie's Limit Up is our homework lesson for this week. It's not a long movie, but it's a great movie to watch, especially when you learn how to trade. So go in the Telegram group and get the link, or you can just search Limit Up on YouTube. Do we have another question?
Yeah, I just had a question. This is a Ray T. Henry.
Okay.
I just wanted to know about more about the trip. Is there someone I can call, reach out to about planning, hotel, flight, etc. for the
You want
retreat?
or you want to connect with Barbara to get some more information?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give you my cell. You can call me.
Okay, thank you.
I'm putting it in the chat.
Awesome. Look forward to seeing you there, Rachel. All right. Well, if we don't have anything else, I think that's all we have for this week. And watch out for the room. We will have some quizzes throughout the week. So watch out for that. And we appreciate everybody jumping on. Have a great night, great week, and good night.